CatamountSports.com with head coach Jim Clifton. Coach, a little later than normal start to the season, but the start of the season nonetheless. How do you feel like the late start helps a young team?
Well, it gave us some extra time on the field last year before we got on the field, starting earlier, and the weather was a little colder, and we had a little bit more rain and that kind of thing. And we only had a couple times on the dirt to work our infield last year to start things off. The field's in great shape now. We've been practicing on it for a couple of weeks, and I think that helps. So we're able to work on a lot of little things. I think when you get a chance to get a lot of good reps in, I think inexperienced players feel good with that. So there's some good things, I think, having a younger team getting a later start.
Coach, you mentioned the young team, but plenty of expectations coming off a big winning season a season ago. Talk about how the momentum from last year can lead your team this year.
Well, building this program, or any program, is about establishing a culture. And if you can establish a culture, then year to year, change in personnel, all of those kind of things don't matter so much. I mean, you may have some up years and some down years depending on what happens, but if we can continue to establish the culture we've been working on for the last 5, going now into 6 years, we're not going to have that downtime. And even though we have a lot of spaces to fill as far as starting lineup from last year, and we've got a lot of youth. I mean, they're playing, very aggressive, very excited. They're playing college ball. That's what they've wanted to do their whole lives. And so, we've got some enthusiasm, and we're looking pretty sharp. We got some things to work on. I think a younger team, you'll find that we're going to be working on things throughout the season. Any team might say that, but I think a younger team, that's what you expect to have happen. But I expect us to get our wins this year.
Talk about the newcomers and what they bring to this program, coming and replacing a strong senior class from last year. Talk about what excites you most about this class.
I think their enthusiasm. We've got a little bit more quickness there, a little bit more speed that we're bringing in. We were concerned about some key positions like shortstop, but we got a freshman going in there that looks fantastic. So we're still working a little bit more on the right side. We have some growth to go there, but I think we've got the material there. I think that's the thing. You look at it, and if you don't have the talent, there's nothing.
Right.
From a coach standpoint, I don't got it. We're in trouble. But we have it. It's a matter of what the growth looks like. We've got 4 pitchers on this staff, where we had 3 last year, and we had an injury, and it made it a little bit tougher. But we do have that injury was to Lily Hayes last year, and she was just rolling. Well, she's back and looks great. We've added a transfer with Shayna Reed. She's looking very good. And we have a freshman with Kenzie Licio, who had a spectacular high school career. And then we're bringing back Courtney Buchanan, who's that experience, and she throws hard, and something to kind of steady the whole staff. So we're kind of excited about having more tools in that pitching rotation to go to. Where last year we found ourselves kind of having to go with somebody a little longer. We might too, because we just couldn't wear everybody out at one time, kind of thing. And finding creative ways to stretch a thin pitching staff. We're in a lot better shape that way this year. The other thing that the youth is bringing is they're getting up there and they're swinging the bat. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty the way the ball's been coming off the bat in practice and live scrimmages, all those kind of things. I think that was an area that I was concerned about. Of all the things that we graduated out, we had some pretty big sticks that left, and so I think it may look different this year, but I think it's gonna. We're pretty excited about getting started.
You talk about opening weekend, a tough opening tournament against a quality team like USC Upstate, and a good tournament that they bring a lot of good clubs down there. What's the main thing you look for this opening weekend?
Consistency. I think that's any time you have a young club, is how consistent are we going to be? It's hard to get better when one day you're good and then the next day not so much.
Right.
And trying to find that even keel is going to be the key. So we're excited to get started tomorrow. We'll play 2 games tomorrow and then 2 games on Saturday. So it's actually days wise, it's a little bit of a short weekend, but we'll get our 4 games in. And I think what's really nice is we ratchet it up. I mean, they're all good clubs, but we finish it off with Upstate on Sunday, and everybody knows Upstate. Upstate ends up being like playing another major. I mean, they're that good, and we respect them quite a bit. So, we had a war with them last year here, doing a doubleheader. We'll play a single in this tournament, and then go back Wednesday and play a single there. So we're going to get them early, and so it'll be a little bit of a baptism of fire for our young players. But they're ready for it, I think.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to a fun season.
Thank you very much.